This is AB Training, Michael Brink and Livio Amarie. We will present you the concept of chain of custody in certification with a specific reference to chain of custody as applied in the RSB system, the certification system of the Roundtable on Sustainable Biofuels. First of all, chain of custody refers to a trail that follows the information relating to a certain product from the consumer back to the producer throughout the whole supply chain. This trail refers to both documentation and also to the physical product, as we will explain on the concrete example of biofuels.
We are going to demonstrate the RSB Chain of Custody system, and there are 4 different ways in which we can manage this through a very practical example of how the system can work. What we've got here are several glasses. The transparent glasses represent RSB certified fuel, for example, and the colored glasses represent uncertified RSB fuel, and we'll be using this to describe the systems. There are 4 of these systems, namely identity preserved, segregation of product, mass balance, and content ratio accounting. I'm going to start with the first one, which is identity preserved, and assuming the certified participating operator receives 2 containers of fuel, of certified fuel, then the identity of each container needs to be preserved. They may at some stage change units in containers. So maybe some of this would go from one container to another, but in all cases the specific batch needs to be physically identifiable. Secondly, all the paperwork, delivery notes, invoices, etc. that goes with the batch needs to be separately identifiable for the specific incoming product, and that is identity preserved. We can see at all cases we can trace the specific product. Is the segregation method, and now we're going to demonstrate this with 3 different incoming biofuel containers. Let's assume each one of these containers can take 100 units, and that each of these containers is filled 50%. So in other words, there are 50 units of biofuel in each container. In the segregation method, what's important is that we have to be able to segregate certified product from uncertified product, which the client may also be receiving, but it is totally segregated from the certified product. The difference, however, compared to identity preserved, is that all the certified product can go into a mixed tank without any compromise on the identity preserved model. The way in which the status of this is then maintained is through the physical separation of all the certified product, but mixed if needed be, and importantly through the documentation, the delivery notes and the invoices coming in and what would be sold out needs to be traceable. So in this case, just to show the difference, whatever is in here will not be able to be traced back to the exact origin of where the biofuel comes from. Mass balance of product system. This system is probably going to be the one that is most often used within the RSB system. It's also the one which EU Red endorses. So the way that this works, a company may buy RSB certified product, that's our transparent glass once again, and they may also buy some uncertified product, and this product is incoming in different containers. However, the company wishes to mix this product and sell out the RSB certified portion out of the mix. I'm just emptying out our container, assuming it's empty now. So once again, it's a 100 unit container with 50 units of certified biofuel, a 100 unit container with 50 units of uncertified biofuel. What we are going to do here is we're going to take our 50 units of certified biofuel and we're going to put it into our holding tank. We're going to take our additional 50 units of uncertified biofuel and we add it to our holding tank. In total now we've got 100 units of biofuel in the holding tank. However, only 50 units, only these 50 units of the 100 units are certified. And therefore, even though this holding tank is here, if a client was to ask for 50 units of certified biofuel, then the participating operator can sell that maximum of 50 units of certified biofuel to one customer, and the rest they have to then sell as uncertified. So it will be 50 units of certified maximum out of our container, and the remaining 50 units will have to be sold as uncertified. This system is managed is not through physical traceability. When these two containers each had been emptied into our holding container with 100 units, there's no ways to know what's certified and uncertified in the holding container. The way that this is managed is through a paper trail. We are bringing a certain volume in, a volume of units in, we are mixing it and we are selling. Remember, we sold out the 50 units out as certified, and that invoice that goes out will obviously specify the 50 units certified, and there is then an accounting system, a paper trail, that allows us to manage the incoming biofuel versus the outgoing biofuel. It's got nothing to do with physical separation. Once it's come in, it's all about the paper trail.
Let's have a look now at the fourth tracking model for chain of custody developed by the RSB. This is a content ratio accounting of product tracking model. Similarly to the other tracking models, we have the certified fuel in the white glasses and the non-certified fuel in the colored glasses. In this tracking model, we can mix the certified fuel in a tank. So we can pour the 50 milliliters or 50 liters of certified fuel in one container, and we can add then also the uncertified fuel. So all the fuel is now mixed. So in this container, which now contains 200 milliliters of fuel, it is basically impossible to know which part is certified and which is not certified. So in this tracking model, we can mix certified and uncertified biofuel, and we can also do the same at the level of the documentation that is associated to the fuel. So in the documentation, we do not need to keep track of certified and uncertified biofuel separately. So companies applying this tracking model will make an average over a certain period of time, in general 1 month. It can be more than 1 month, depending on the risk class of the participating operator, and the average calculated over this period is passed as a percentage content of certified fuel is passed on to their clients through the accompanying documentation of the biofuel, which can be an invoice and or a transport documentation.